After weeks of searching,
A lot of people don't know what's going on.
cryptic clues,
What?
and a snarky creep of a bandit.
Totally ridiculous.
Mother Mayonnaise Monkey Mike, just because we can. Our M is back. The missing M has been found.
Hey, this is Colton. I just won $5,000 from the Bandit. Thank you, Mix 106.
All right, so it's over. Wow, this was long. 4 weeks and 3 days, officially, if you're paying attention. I'm Jeff Connell. You hear me in the afternoon. JD, the producer from Mike and Kate, is here, too. Are you about done with the Bandit thing? Are you ready
Oh,
to
my
say
goodness.
goodbye?
I'm so ready for this dude to just be done with and gone.
Yeah, so that's the good news, right?
Right.
And really good news for Colton Nelson of Meridian. He's the guy that found the M, although that in and of itself is a little bit of a controversy that we'll unpack a little for you in a second.
No kidding.
But Colton got it. He brought it to the station. He followed all the rules, and he claimed the $5,000. The backstory, though, a little more interesting.
Yeah, the fact that he said, so a little bit of the backstory, he told you on the air that he really hadn't gone out and looked for it at all. He had spent time with his boss, his coworkers, all around the computer, huddling up every single day, going on YouTube, watching and listening to the clues. And then that one day, his boss said, okay, well, I'm going to go here and look at this park. He said, oh, I'm going to go there too. His boss, thinking it was a joke, he went out and found it and passed him on the way out. And
Yeah, he went first.
Yeah, went first.
The boss said, I'm going to go out this afternoon.
Yeah.
And Colton ended up saying, well, I'm going to go now.
Yeah.
And did.
Well, and like he said, like when you called Danny, he was like, oh, I thought that you were kidding that you were going to go out. And he's like, no, I went out.
Yeah, it's been interesting. We'll discuss that on another episode of Behind the Bandit in the near future. I'm thinking we may call Danny and talk it through. Maybe even bring them both in.
Oh, that'd be funny.
And see how that goes. Because we couldn't really tell on this side
No.
if it was a joke, if they were okay with it, if they were working as a team. And the more that we found out, the more it seemed like, no, I don't think they were working as a team.
Yeah, no, I don't think that it was a team effort on that one. We got a couple messages from some people talking about the situation, and Danny even wrote into us and said, we had a good time looking for it, and yeah, it's kind of a bum deal not to have it.
He had gone out numerous times, so he had actually searched for it. Anyway, congratulations to those of you that played along and got close. Mariana Williams Park, it's new in Harris Ranch, and it was found under the bike racks. There's 3 of them, so 3 of those bike like U's that stick out of the ground right along the greenbelt side, and you had to lift the cap, and that's where it was, underneath the cap to one of those bike racks. So nice job. I mean, that was incredibly hard. I thought all the clues kind of pointed to jump. And so,
well, you know what's so
didn't get
funny
that,
is that where the clue was found, where the M was found, I was even following along with stuff because we don't know where exactly it is. And my idea of where it was, completely different than where it actually was.
Yeah, the rule, because this is a question that's come up again and again too. Do you all know, are you all the Bandit? And it's like, no, the Bandit is one person who calls every time. That is always the same person. It's not that we're shifting stuff around. It's a friend of the radio station. And in fact, started doing this before even living in this city for us, and just would come in and do it for us. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's funny to even put those pieces together. Our rule is we don't tell the DJs where it is because it would be so easy for us to slip. And so our managers know, but the DJs don't. And so that way we can keep things a little cleaner on the air. And it's never a thing of, did we influence something? And that's the rules, that we don't influence the
Oh my goodness. Well, and this being the first time that I've been involved with the Bandit, being here in town since I got here, and then it felt like it happened right away. But to see the whirlwind and to see everybody on Facebook go crazy and the people calling in saying, well, what did he say? Or trying to get the clues when they called in. They tried sneaky little ways of saying, so I didn't really hear all of the clue today.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm not asking for you to tell me what the clue is, but would it be here? Would it be within reach? And every single time I was like, look, I'm not sure. I can't tell you.
So here is the first thing we're going to offer you today. We put this out there that you could hashtag AskMix106Bandit, and the Bandit would actually join us to answer a couple questions. So he's made the rules clear, and we were able to sit down on Thursday afternoon, late in the day as he was leaving on his flight. Mike and Kate, and I got to spend some time. I always call him Ike and Kate. That's such a habit now.
It's so hard to not say that now.
Mike, Kate, and I got to talk to the Bandit and ask your 10 questions. So here we go with that on the Behind the Bandit podcast.
First off, let me be clear on something. I don't owe you clues that fit what you want. I don't even owe you these answers, but I'm feeling generous as I get ready to board my flight to the tropical warmth. So I'll answer 10 questions, and then off I go.
All right, let's start with number 1. Comes from Cassidy. Says, really good clue. What was that about?
Yeah, I had seen people whining about how bad the clues were. Had heard from people at the station that they didn't like my clues. And when I got a tweet that said, I want to hear a really good clue, I decided clue. So it was a really good clue. Now you heard it.
Mike, you and the Bandit are just as literal as the other one. All right, Bandit. Question number 2 comes from Chris. Says, I'm so mad. If it wasn't for that, you can legally search for it at night, I would have found it.
Sure, Chris. I doubt it. I heard this particular gripe from many of you, but you missed what I said. The question was, could you search for it 24 hours or at night? And certainly you could search for it. Might not be allowed in the park, but I can't tell you when you can and cannot search. Duh.
So gracious. Okay. That was one of the lessons, too. If it was literally said you could or could not do this, that was something that you had to take seriously. If not, there's plenty of room for interpretation. So we started to learn that.
And I'm guessing, not to defend the Bandit, but the Bandit doesn't know when you're at the park and when you're out in...
Well, and truthfully, if you found a different place, you can search any time of day, right? I think that was the point.
Here's the other thing. We found out from our winner that he didn't search any place except for online, except for when he went out physically and found it. You can search online and MapQuest it and Google.
Yeah, you can be online. I think that's the second person that stumped the Bandit. Not to rub it in, but that's done it straight online, and then the one search found it.
Yeah, the best search tool today seems to be Google Earth. That's what everybody uses. All right, Bandit. Shay said, what did the clue about McCall and have you considered it might be somewhere between here and there mean? Nothing?
Yeah, that was the point in the game where we were narrowing down where it could possibly be. And so I asked if you had considered. I didn't say it was. I didn't say it wasn't. I simply asked the question and had about a number of places.
You also had one of our listeners who learned that McCall is not in Canyon County. So very educational there, Bandit.
All right, this one from Katie. Oh, yeah, and the picture clues. Was that picture taken at the park it was found at, and how close by? And this one kind of ties into it, too. Josh says the M was probably to the right of that curb, and he probably put fishing line in the picture because you can fish there.
Yeah, the picture of the rocks in the curb was as you turned right off of Park Center, just a couple of 100 feet down on Barber Valley Drive. It was on your way down the road to the park.
Okay, so David says, and a place where most people are awake. And Katie then replied, good one. Forgot about this one. I second that question.
Well, one of these days I was out checking on the M. There was a man sleeping on the bench. Almost everyone else was awake. Real clue from the location that day.
There you go. A lot of literal stuff we're learning through this process. Rachel said, I'd like to know his definition of near. Clearly, it's not right in the immediate vicinity of something. Does it mean within 5 to 10 miles or like within 10 minutes by car?
Goodness, it can be whatever I want it to be. But my general rule is that if you can reach it within 5 minutes by car, it's, ta-da, nearby. I also tried to demonstrate that in the Periscope. That was my opinion with my air quotes.
Andrea asked, what was the Manic Monday clue supposed to represent?
It was a clue on a Monday. It's a classic song by the Bangles, and for most kids, a fun day means time outside to play, often at a park.
Okay, once again, very literal.
Yeah.
Who's listened to Manic Monday by the Bangles recently? Wow, that's the real giving there, Bandit.
You're very modern. I appreciate it.
On repeat on my iPod. Leave it alone.
All right, so Peggy said, start great pitches, and then please with a question mark. And Josh said, it won't be where you start great pitches, but maybe near. Barber Park is where you start your pitch down the river, and Marianne Williams is really close to it.
This was really basic. It wasn't about a ballpark or a park with a ball field.
Oh, and that's it. Okay. Well, there we go. Andrea said, I think we'd all like to hear what the clues were when the callers had the choice for tickets or a clue to see how helpful they could have been. This was, of course, clue or concert, your choice of Maroon 5 tickets, or a personal clue that nobody else could hear. So how good were they?
Yeah, in my opinion, these were some great ones. Would you like a couple of them?
Yes, be giving.
Sure. I'm pretty giving. I just gave you $5,000, seriously. Just a reminder, as you search for the M, the color is going to be red. If you're close to the area I hit it, you'll likely find something dead. The end.
Okay.
I'm guessing it dead ends in the parking lot.
Right by the parking lot, there's a big dead end. Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, dead end. Okay.
Got it.
Gotcha. Okay, and the second one, you want to find the M, then look in a place where the name has something to do with Venus and Serena, and people dedicated to fitness could start off on a race.
Okay.
So there must be tennis courts. Mike's looking confused. There's tennis courts at Marianne Williams.
I think it's Williams, the last name.
Oh, that.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't been to the park either, so I'm confused
I don't think
too.
there are tennis
Serena
courts.
and Venus Williams.
Williams.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
And
Oh, that is a good. Now that we know, that is a good clue.
Yeah.
Light bulb.
Finally, Carla had this question: is Edgar the Bandit? Does the Bandit participate in the Facebook conversation and help us?
There simply is no reason to disclose this information, so I'm going to say no comment on my real identity. I was a member of one of the three groups, but had sources in all. I'm everywhere.
Ugh.
Okay, that's it. Congratulations to Colton and to all of you who found the park. Congratulations on being adequate, but not quite good enough. So we shall say, until we meet again.
Great. You'll be back.
Boy, we'll miss you.
I thought you were moving to the tropics.
Just for vacation.
Bye.
Ta-ta, till later.
All right, so there you go. That's the 10 questions that the Bandit selected to answer. Well, we took him to him, and he kind of picked and chose, but that's what you get. I'm not sure that we'll talk to him again. It sounds like he's kind of out.
I think he's done.
Yeah.
And frankly, that is completely okay.
Yeah, that voice and that voice disguiser. Can you imagine being the people at the airport, too? He's answering those questions.
I know.
And you got this guy next to you, and you're getting on a plane with that guy. I'd be like, excuse me, TSA.
Well, and the thing is, too, is this guy was sour every single time he called.
Yeah.
Like, you never knew exactly what his attitude was going to be. One day it was, okay, he was happy. The next day he was hating on you especially.
Yeah, I don't know what I did.
I
I'm
don't
a nice
either.
guy.
I don't know.
He wants to date Kate. He wants to get rid of me, and Mikey's kind of apathetic about it.
Yeah, but he's a creeper too. Like
Yeah.
there were so many times he was like, "Well, you look great," and it's
Yeah.
like, "Where are you?"
The funniest thing, and this is even, peeling the curtain back a little bit, it's funny because we know that he has access to see us, but we don't know when he's seeing us or what he's picking up on. And so, like, even the Halloween stuff, like, he had to be in my neighborhood to know what I was doing that night.
For sure. Yeah. Well, the comment where he said that you were raking your leaves,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
talking about Mike and Kate being at Amsterdam
Yes.
Lounge that night, and
Yes.
it was weird to hear that stuff back in the morning. Was like, what in the world?
It's odd because we know that he's not as creepy as, he would seem to be, and the way he lives up to in the game. Like, the real guy is not going to do anything, but it feels violating even then. It's still really weird. It's like,
it's very awkward. Like I said, there were times that you would listen to the stuff and be like, oh, I really don't feel comfortable listening to this.
like, literally, you were watching me. That's weird. Like, that's weird. So I feel bad for people when it really happens. Future episodes, we're going to try and put a roundtable of some of our ultimate players together and let them kind of vent and share their experience and how they came up with stuff. Also, we'll take you a little bit more behind the scenes. And if by any chance you have a question that you want answered that wasn't, you can always tweet us. You can stop by Facebook and just use hashtag AskMix106Bandit. We'll keep watching that. Congratulations to Colton Nelson once again for foiling the Bandit, and more coming soon behind the Bandit from Mix 106.
$5,000 richer. Mix 106 thanks you for the countless hours playing and searching the Treasure Valley looking for the clues, and for returning the M to our name. We are Mix 106.